Of anti-apartheid activist Dr. Neil Aggett in the High Court in Johannesburg. Let's get a quick update now. Hasina Gori is live for us there in court. Hasina, a very good morning to you. So we've been listening to Mr. Deetlefs and looking very much in poor health as well. We've heard that. But he's saying, and he's being really pushed by the person that's cross-examining him about whether he's telling the truth now. We heard that he admitted that he lied in 2 other court appearances, but he says this time around he's telling the truth.
Yes, as you mentioned, Blaine, the NPA is cross-examining Mr. Deetlefs this morning. It is third day of the cross-examinations, and they've been really pushing with regards to whether or not he's being truthful in this court. And what makes it different 39 years, almost 38 years later, where he now is being truthful to the court. He says that he's not being intimidated at this point, he's not being threatened, and that in the other cases, that of Dr. Neil Aggett, as well as in the case where he was accused of assaulting Barbara Hogan, which he now admits did happen, he said that he was threatened by his senior officials and told that he needs to be a strong witness, and that is why he lied when it came to the assault. He also said it was also put to him that there was almost 89 detainees that had died in detention before 1994, and not one security branch officer or any police officer was held accountable at that time, and he agreed that that was the case. He also admitted that there may have been a cover-up in the case of Dr. Neil Aggett's death, and that but in this case right now he is being truthful, and he's told himself and he's been warned to be truthful by his legal team as well. As you mentioned, his health this morning, we heard from his legal representatives that he has not slept well and he had fell last night. We also heard yesterday from him saying that he suffers from an eye condition. He's got a deteriorating poor eyesight as well as diabetes, and that also has hindered his ability to maybe give a cross-examination or evidence as easily as he would have liked to. But he pushed on this morning, continuing with cross-examinations as you heard throughout this morning.
What's been the reaction from the Aggett family, Hasina, listening to this testimony?
Almost shock, some disgust sometimes when it came to hearing the kind of abuse or interrogation that Deetlefs himself had done to Dr. Neil Aggett. There was also a bit of gas when it came to, or like almost disbelief when it came to his contradictions of whether or not he's lying in this court. We heard the Aggett family through their lawyers on the second day of cross-examination saying that if he is telling the truth, they would not pursue criminal prosecutions for Deetlefs, but if he is lying, they will put the full might of the court behind it.
Just to put into context, the man currently sitting behind you, Nicolaas Deetlefs, I just want to learn a bit more about him. We understand he's 69 years old, and he was a warrant officer at the time and an interrogator as well, correct?
Yes, from what we understand, he worked in the then John Foster Square. He was an interrogator at the time. He interrogated both Barbara Hogan as well as Dr. Neil Aggett. He also, this morning, we heard him asking for forgiveness from Reverend Frank Chikane, who he says he called racial slurs. He also interrogated Carl Nihas. He was the investigating officer in the case of Chris Hani, so quite a celebrated security branch officer who worked in the system for quite a while.
If I remember correctly from reporting, one of the questions that was posed to him was, did he slap Carl Niehaus as well? How did he respond?
Yes, and He denied that claim quite vehemently. We do know that in a statement by Nias, he said that he was abused or interrogated and assaulted by Deetlefs. We do understand that Mr. Nias is expected to come and give testimony and be cross-examined as well at some point.
Okay. Is Mr. Deetlefs likely to wrap up his testimony today?
Yes, he's expected to wrap up, and then we're expected to hear from another former security branch officer later on in the day or tomorrow.
All right, let's leave it there. Hasina Gori, live for us at the High Court in Johannesburg. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting.